There are countries that seem to hold within themselves every possible landscape. Argentina is one of them, a land so vast and diverse that in every corner it reveals a completely new world. From the eternal ice of Patagonia to the humid heat of Iguazu Falls, from the vibrant streets of Buenos Aires to the painted deserts of the Andean Northwest, from the dance of whales in the Atlantic to the golden vineyards of Mendoza. Every place is an experience, every landscape an unforgettable memory. Today, you will cross mountains, walk on glaciers, dive into seas of color, and feel the wind that blows at the end of the world. This is Argentina, a land that is not only visited, but lived.
In the far south, where the wind never rests and the mountains rise like walls against the sky, lies Patagonia. One of the wildest, most untamed regions on Earth. Patagonia is not just a tourist destination, it is a land that transforms all who cross it. Here, nature speaks louder than any word. At sunrise, the cold cuts the skin like a sharp caress. The sky, painted orange and pink, opens over crystal lakes that mirror snowy peaks. Among them, the Torres del Paine rise in silence, like cathedrals of stone carved by time. The wind's song is constant, bending the grasses into golden waves. Sometimes it carries the distant scent of snow, other times the earthy perfume of rain-soaked soil. Hiking the trails feels like entering a world untouched. Glacial rivers rush with force, feeding waterfalls that tumble with energy. Herds of guanacos graze in the plains, while condors soar in wide circles overhead. At night, the sky reveals thousands of stars. The Milky Way crosses the horizon like a silver river, and the silence is so deep it amplifies the beat of your own heart. But if Patagonia shows us the power of wind and mountains, our next destination reveals the power of ice. We journey to the Perito Moreno Glacier.
In the heart of Patagonia stands a giant that never sleeps. The Perito Moreno Glacier is more than a mass of ice. It is a living organism, constantly moving. Stretching nearly 30 kilometers, this blue giant is one of the few glaciers on Earth that still advances. Every crack, every collapse is an unrepeatable spectacle. As you approach, the air changes. It grows colder, sharper, filled with invisible crystals. The silence is broken by deep rumbles, like distant thunder. The ice is splitting, announcing something immense. Suddenly, a colossal block detaches, crashing into the water below. The impact creates waves that spread across the fjord. The roar echoes through the valley, reminding us that nature is alive, restless, and unstoppable. Up close, the glacier reveals unexpected details. Turquoise crevices open like gateways to another world.
Meltwater streams carve paths across its surface, glistening under the sun. The air smells of pure freshness, the very breath of winter. If Perito Moreno shows us the force of ice, our next stop reveals human courage at the edge of the world. We head to Tierra del Fuego.
At the southern tip of the continent, where roads end and only the ocean remains, lies Ushuaia, the city at the end of the world. More than a city, Ushuaia is a symbol. Proof that humanity can thrive in the harshest corners of the planet. Surrounded by snowy mountains and embraced by the Beagle Channel, Ushuaia pulses with a unique energy. The wind is sharp, carrying the salty scent of the sea mixed with the smoke of chimneys. The streets climb and fall among colorful houses that resist the cold. From the port, ships depart for the islands and beyond to Antarctica itself. Penguins waddle along the shore, sea lions rest on rocks, and seabirds scatter across the horizon. In winter, the city sleeps under snow, its nights briefly lit by southern auroras. In summer, the sun lingers and twilight stretches for hours. In Ushuaia, the cold is not just temperature, it is presence. Here, you live at the boundary, between land and sea, between the known and the unknown.
But Argentina surprises not only at the end of the world. On the Atlantic coast, another wonder awaits: the Valdés Peninsula.
There are places where the sea becomes a stage. The Valdés Peninsula is one of the grandest. A UNESCO World Heritage Site, this region is a natural sanctuary. One of the best places on Earth to witness marine life up close. From September to December, the calm waters welcome southern right whales. They surface slowly, lifting their massive tails and exhaling deep breaths that echo in the air. In other seasons, orcas hunt in the shallows in rare, breathtaking displays. Sea lion colonies crowd the beaches, while Magellanic penguins march clumsily in noisy groups. The air smells intensely of salt and seaweed. The wind carries the cries of gulls in constant motion. At sunset, the peninsula glows golden, and the ocean stretches endlessly, reflecting the dying light. A reminder that life here is wild, raw, and sovereign. After witnessing the giants of the sea, we journey north to another spectacle of water, the Iguazu Falls.
In the north, where the jungle is thick and the air heavy with humidity, a roar rises from the horizon. It is Iguazu, one of the greatest natural wonders on Earth. With over 270 falls, Iguazu is not just a sight to behold, it is an all-encompassing experience of sound, movement, and raw energy. As you draw near, the ground trembles faintly. The noise grows into a deafening symphony, like eternal thunder. Mist rises in clouds, drenching everything. Rainbows shimmer and vanish as sunlight cuts through the spray. At the Devil's Throat, millions of liters plunge each second into a roaring abyss. Words become meaningless, only awe remains. By moonlight, the falls shimmer silver, otherworldly and dreamlike. And after such natural intensity, we turn to Argentina's cultural heartbeat, Buenos Aires.
If Argentina's landscapes amaze with their grandeur, its capital moves the soul with human intensity. Buenos Aires is not just a city, it is a state of being. Often called the Paris of South America, Buenos Aires is truly unique, a blend of European elegance and Latin energy. It is a stage where tango is born on every corner. In the cobbled streets of San Telmo, the sound of a bandoneon drifts into the night. Couples dance beneath warm lamplight, every step a poem in motion. The air is rich with the scent of grilled meat, mingled with the aroma of red wine. In Recoleta, majestic architecture embraces historic cafes where time slows down. In La Boca, houses painted in bold colors stand as backdrops to rough-voiced singers. The city's pulse is felt in claps, laughter, and unguarded embraces. At night, Buenos Aires never sleeps. The theaters of Corrientes Avenue glow, while bars and milongas welcome dancers until dawn. Here, time is measured not in hours, but in songs and stories. And if Buenos Aires is passion, our next destination is celebration in another form. Among vineyards and mountains, we travel to Mendoza.
In western Argentina, where the Andes rise high into the sky, stretches one of the world's most renowned wine regions, Mendoza. More than award-winning wines, Mendoza offers landscapes where earth and mountain meet. Every glass is a story of sun, soil, and tradition. Walking through the vineyards, the air fills with the sweetness of ripe grapes. The afternoon light turns the leaves golden as they sway gently in the breeze. The green rows stretch endlessly, framed by snow-capped peaks. In every winery, the ritual repeats. The glass is lifted to the light, revealing deep ruby tones. The taste is bold, full-bodied, carrying notes of fruit, oak, and earth. Each sip is a journey through Argentina's essence. At night, Mendoza's skies reveal constellations in dazzling clarity. The silence of the countryside is broken only by the wind whispering among the vines. But if Mendoza offers flavors and aromas, our next destination dazzles with color and contrast. We move north to the Andean Northwest.
In the north, desert and mountain merge into landscapes that seem like painted dreams. Here lie the vast Salinas Grandes and the Quebrada de Humahuaca, two of Argentina's most striking wonders. The salt flats stretch like an endless white sea. The ground, made of crystallized salt, reflects the sky so perfectly it is hard to tell where one ends and the other begins. Each step crunches underfoot, the air blazing with light. Beyond, the Quebrada de Humahuaca unveils mountains layered in vivid hues. Greens, reds, purples, and golds stacked like strokes on a divine canvas. The wind carries dust and the dry scent of sun-baked stone. In small adobe villages, traditions endure. Drums and flutes echo in festivals that feel timeless, linking generations. Here, time does not pass, it is inherited. And if the north gives us poetry in color, the next destination reveals another face of the desert, Cafayate and its enchanted valleys.
Among red mountains and surreal rock formations lies Cafayate, an oasis in the desert. Famed for its high-altitude white wines, the region also holds landscapes that seem born of myth.
The road to Cafayete is a journey of wonder. The Quebrada de las Conchas reveals canyons and cliffs shifting colors with the sun. Formations like the amphitheater and the Devil's Throat turn stone into natural stage. In the town, small bodegas produce fresh, aromatic wines. The air smells of grapes and freshly baked bread. Quiet streets hum with the slow rhythm of desert life. At night, the sky bursts with stars. The Milky Way stretches wide, a glowing river overhead. Silence surrounds everything, vast, deep, eternal. But if Cafayete is silence and contemplation, our next stop is energy and life. We travel to Bariloche and its Andean lakes.
In the heart of the Andes, framed by crystal lakes and snowy peaks, lies San Carlos de Bariloche. One of Argentina's most enchanting cities. Known as the Swiss Argentina, Bariloche blends alpine charm with Patagonian grandeur. Walking downtown, the air is rich with the scent of handmade chocolate. Shops line the streets with sweet treasures that gleam like jewels. Cafes buzz with voices, laughter, and the clink of cups.
Amid sharp peaks and solitary valleys lies a small village that breathes adventure. El Chalten, Argentina's trekking capital, is the gateway to one of Patagonia's most awe-inspiring landscapes. Here stands Mount Fitz Roy, a granite colossus rising over the horizon, challenging climbers and enchanting all who see it. At dawn, Fitzroy burns red and gold. The first light of day paints its sheer walls as if set aflame. The silence is profound, broken only by the rush of glacial rivers winding through the valleys. Trails from El Chalten lead to hidden gems like Laguna de los Tres. Its deep blue waters mirror the snowy summit in a scene so perfect it feels unreal. The wind whips hard and cold, a constant reminder that nature here is untamed. Andean birds sweep across the sky in solitary flight. Wildflowers bloom stubbornly between the stones. Every step unveils a new landscape, every bend a fresh discovery. By night, the village glows with warmth. The scent of fresh bread and hot soup fills the air. Travelers gather in inns and taverns, sharing stories under the watchful gaze of the mountains. El Chalten is more than a place. It is an act of surrender, an eternal memory of Patagonia's indomitable spirit. And after glaciers, jungles, deserts, and vibrant cities, our journey through Argentina comes to an end.
We traveled through the frozen south of Patagonia and the humid heat of the waterfalls. We danced tango in Buenos Aires and toasted wine beneath the Andes in Mendoza. We walked across white salt deserts and among mountains painted in impossible colors. And we felt the eternal wind of El Chaltén reminding us of the earth's power. Argentina is not just a country. It is a mosaic of worlds sharing one land, a call to lose yourself and at the same time to find yourself. Every horizon brought a surprise, every landscape a memory, and every step reminded us that life's beauty lies in contrasts, in cold and heat, in silence and thunder, in mountain and sea. But perhaps Argentina's greatest wonder is not only in its land. It is in the mark it leaves within us. The certainty that the world is vast, powerful, and infinitely beautiful. Because a journey may end, but the memory of Argentina remains forever in the heart of those who lived it.